So suppose the measure of angle ABD is 66 degrees greater than that of DBC, and they are supplementary. Find the measure of each angle. So here, this is one of those old problem-solving types of things that we need to figure out here. We need to figure out what our parts are, where what we can do here is first make sure we understand to ourselves what we're looking for. And some notation we use for this is you might say M of angle DBC. That's how we say the measure of angle DBC is some unknown value that we are trying to find. And we'll call that X. In math, X is the placeholder for thing we don't know and thing we want to deal with later. It's easier to say X than it is to say MDBC every time we want to refer to it. And that's all X's do. It's just a shorthand. It's an abbreviation. And from here, we can understand that based on the description from our problem, we are told that the angles DBC and ABD are supplementary. So 180 degrees, the measure of a straight angle, has to be equal to the measure of DBC plus the measure of ABD. Don't get wrapped up in the fact that these are similar names to things that we had last time. This is something else. But we got these two parts here, and well, for one, I called DBC's measure X because I don't want to write MDBC every time. So I'll call that X. And then for our second part, we have that the measure of ABD is 66 degrees greater than DBC. So if I called DBC X, then ABD will have measure 66 degrees plus X, because it's 66 degrees bigger. And then from there, we can pull these terms together and simplify. It's actually a pretty basic problem of solving a linear equation, that we pull these two x's together, 2x plus 66 degrees, and we got 2x plus 66 degrees, subtract over the 66 degrees, 180 minus 66 is going to end up being 114 degrees, where this is equal to 2x, divide by 2, and rearrange to get that x in this case is 57 degrees, or if we prefer, the measure of the angle DBC. And because x is 57 is the measure of DBC, that then tells us that the measure of ABD, its supplement, as it were, is going to be 66 degrees plus 57 degrees, because it's 66 degrees bigger, or, as most people would prefer to say, 123 degrees in total. And the next thing we talk about here is a construction that happens when we have two intersecting lines that form what are called vertical angles, where thanks to these ideas of things being complementary and supplementary, we get some very special relationships that happen in such cases.